Questions, comments, observations? Anybody? Yes, sir.
Well, I found this very relaxing, but I found at the same time that my mind was wandering.
Hey.
Is that a normal thing?
Yeah, his question is that while he found this very relaxing, he found his mind was wandering. Is it normal? Answer is an unequivocal yes. It's very normal. Because the full-time job of your mind is to manufacture thoughts. So there will be thoughts. So I suggest you do not try to stop thinking. Because remember the law of reversed effect? The harder you try to do something, the more difficult it will be. So the moment to try to stop the thoughts, there will be more thoughts. So what you must do and what would happen is when a thought comes, observe it instead of going on a trip with the thought. What do I mean by that? The muscles of my face are relaxing. The kulfi was good. Yeah, but the muscles of my neck are very relaxed. So you come back to the relaxation part. Otherwise, when going on a trip, what will happen? The muscles of my neck are relaxing. Yes, but the malai kofta was also good. I should have eaten 2 more of that. So you forget the rest of the body. And you. So learn to observe the thoughts, or what we say in Sanskrit, drashta bhav or sakshi bhav. Be a witness. Drashta bhav, or be an observer. So you keep away. You have a sort of a detached observer within yourself that will cultivate. And so then the thoughts will minimize automatically. Because lots of time people say, my mind is blank. No thoughts. I say, that is a thought. When you say, my mind is blank, you are thinking your mind is blank. Do you understand that? So, that's quite normal, quite natural, and the thoughts will minimize after a while. Okay. Any other questions? Yes.
See, even now also in this relaxation pose,
and
sometime when I practice meditation, that time I do get relaxation, but I go to complete sleep. So then the awareness is like this time, half of the time, I suddenly came that I was asleep and I was not listening what you were saying.
But that does not necessarily mean that you were asleep. That means you just drifted off. Still there was a connection. So when I counted 2, 3, you still open your eyes.
Yes.
So it does not necessarily mean that just because you didn't hear my voice, you fell asleep.
So that was not sleep.
No. And it's also normal that these things happen. When you are relaxing, you suddenly drift off deeper into this relaxation and you don't hear the words. But that is absolutely fine.
That's fine.
Yeah. And if you're doing it before going to sleep, and if you fell asleep while doing it, the sleep will be fantastic. The quality of sleep will be much better than usual. And you will wake up feeling fantastic and refreshed. Because some people, fall asleep and then wake up feeling, very disoriented. So this is a controlled sleep in a way. When you go into it with this technique, if you fall asleep, it will be a controlled sleep, which will be very good. Okay. Any other questions or comments or observations? How was it? Did you like it? You are too relaxed to even say anything. I have a question for you.
One has during that experience, I don't know, but I found that I could see something.
See something like what?
If you're going down into an abyss.
I see. You saw that. Which is also your way of, imagining that relaxation. Some people relate to some images like that to what that experience, which is also normal. Okay. I have a question for all of you. Yeah? I don't want you to answer if you looked at your wristwatch. Otherwise, I want you to answer it. And if you looked at your wristwatch, please don't answer the question. What was the total time you think your eyes were closed? 15 minutes. Quickly. 10 minutes. About 10. 10, 15.
I looked at the watch.
You looked at the watch. 10 minutes. 15.
20 seconds.
20 seconds. 10 minutes. So 20 seconds. You looked at the watch from the start? Until
At the end.
Okay, at the end. Okay, but did you know when we started?
No, I don't.
You don't. Okay, how long you think total time was?
Must be 10 minutes.
10 minutes. 3 minutes. 7, 8 minutes. 20 minutes. 5. 10.
We took half an hour.
Looked half an hour. 10 minutes. 20 minutes. 12 minutes. 5 minutes. 15. 7. 10. 15. 7. 8 minutes. 5 minutes. 10. 10. Approximately 10. About 5. 10. 10, 12. About 12. You still in there? Okay. All of you then? Okay. So we have a variation from 20 seconds to half an hour. Think about it. Which means something happened to all of you. Is that correct? Huh? Does anybody know how long was it? Or how long it was?
Yes.
How long?
23.5 minutes.
23.5 minutes. The man who recorded knows. 23.5 minutes passed by is what I want you to appreciate. Huh? Look at your watches now. When people say nothing happened, I ask them simple question. Oh my God, I didn't realize that. Suddenly they realize it. They think that 5 minutes, 7 minutes, 3 minutes, 12 minutes, and suddenly 23.5 minutes have gone by. Your eyes were closed and you did not move a muscle. There you were. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is, call it self-hypnosis, call it relaxation, call it by any other name. This is what will happen. This is what happens. Now this afternoon, you will learn a technique of programming your subconscious mind, while you are in this state to achieve the most out of yourself. Okay?
Is it self-control?
Yeah, it's if you like.
Because when you are programming yourself, it means indirectly you are controlling yourself.
Yes, right. See, even generally you are controlling yourself, but you are doing wishy-washy job of it. You are doing it without being aware of it, like when you were doing all kinds of things and telling all kinds of things to yourself and taking other suggestions also. But this way you can decide what you want and what you don't want. You see? All right. That brings us to topic 5. Now you know what is self-hypnosis, how to do it. Get it? Rest is bonus. Okay. Topic 5. Communication, semantics, voice. Semantics might be a new word for some of you. What does it mean? Anybody? How many know what it means? Meaning of words, right. Very good. Semantics is to do with the meanings of words. As I told you in the morning, hypnosis is communication techniques worked to their glistening smoothness. You recall that? So we must know a lot about communication in order to be good. And particularly our subconscious mind is such a delicate mechanism and such a susceptible thing that if we communicate bad things to it, it will always say again, tathastu. Remember? So be it. Therefore, you need to be extra careful with yourself. You need to be extra careful with yourself. So, you should know a lot about how to do it. Now here, listen to the patients and clients. Here are some general comments about communication as a process. Listen to the patients or subject carefully. If I was doing hypnotherapy, it's my job to listen to you carefully. And use the patient's vernacular. When talking back to that person, you must use that person's language, not yours. Which means if the person is speaking Tamil or Hindi or Marathi, ideally you should be speaking that language when talking to that person. I had one psychiatrist who attended my course, 2 days course in hypnotherapy, and he said, Rishi, most of my patients are Marathi speaking. I mean Hindi speaking. He said, I'm Maharashtrian, and most of them are Hindi speaking, and I'm learning this in English from you. Should I do it in Marathi or in Hindi? I say, ideally you should do it in Hindi. But I say, do you know Hindi? He He said, I got a working knowledge of it. So I told him, I said, I have a theory that working knowledge is only good for government jobs. So he said, oh no, but I speak good Hindi. I said, fine, if you speak good Hindi, or if you speak Hindi well, then I have a little test for you, I said. I want you to take this page home and translate it into Hindi and bring it back to me. So I gave him this relaxation procedure. It's known as induction procedure. Muscles of my face are relaxing, that sort of, like from nothing difficult about it, right? Simple body anatomy, different parts. This is very easy. So I can do it in 15 minutes. I'll bring it. I said, fine. So next day he brought the translation to me, Hindi translation. When I read it, I started laughing. He said, why are you laughing? I said, in the English I have written that your legs are becoming very heavy now. And as your Hindi translation reads, what does it read? What did it read, you think? Aapke pair bhari ho rahe. He said, what's wrong with it? He didn't know what it meant. Who doesn't know what it means? Come on, raise your hand. All of you know what it means. That's nice. There's one class that understands it. For the ones who don't know, it means you're pregnant. I say, imagine some lady patient comes to you and you want to hypnotize her, and you said, aapke paan bhari. So what? She'll wonder what's going on. You understand? See how problems could be created by the use of language. Then use the patient's vernacular. There's another little example I give you. Interesting. A couple months back, I was coming back from Madras. Whenever I travel, I carry a sitar with me, because to practice. So I was coming back to Bombay, went to the airport, checked in, and we went through the security, and we were about to board the airplane. And as we were walking towards the plane, behind me was a hefty young American, red-blooded, bright looking. He looks at me, he says, hi! I mean, that's the enthusiasm only Americans could muster, So I look at him, I say, hi. Since he said hi, I say, hi. So I ask him, I say, where are you from? You're American, right? He said, yeah. I'm from Florida, man, he says. And he pulls, he had picked up this cardboard fan at Marina Beach in Madras. He shows it to me, There was a picture of ocean and palm trees on this fan. He said, come from Florida, man, looks just like this. He shows me this cardboard fan. Because I didn't look like I had been out of anywhere. So I said, oh, that's nice, Florida, huh? He said, yes. I said, what do you do? He said, I teach. So I was very happy, that I'm a teacher and I found somebody who teaches. So I said, oh, you are a teacher. What do you teach? So he looks at me very smugly, and he says, eschatology. I bet you that if anybody in this class, only one or two people know what it means. Raise your hand. Anybody knows what it means? Eschatology. Have you ever heard that word?
Not me.
Not you. I mean, it's not your fault, because even if your mother tongue was English, even if your mother tongue was English, you still chances are you wouldn't know what it means. I happen to know what it meant simply because I specialize in religion. It's a technical word generally used in religion. Eschatology means discussion in religion about what happens after death, hereafter. Theories and concept about life after death, that is known as eschatology. So you look, and I immediately had a little computer in my mind that did little clicking and cross-clicking and cross-checking. I said, this man must have made many Indians feel very stupid. And in India, we have one thing, culturally, we never say I don't understand or I don't know. Because Indians know everything. We know everything. So we never say I don't know. So when somebody says, I teach us, oh, that's it, that's very good. We never ask, what are you talking about? Or I don't know what you said or what it means. Nothing. We never. You get into a cab in Bombay and say, I want to go to such and such place, he will start driving. He will never ask you, where is that place? You halfway through, you realize he's taking you in the wrong direction. He said, where are you going? Sahab, aapko kahan jana hai? He will ask you where you want to go. Suddenly you start all over again. But we don't like to say, I don't know. No, we are part of Brahman, we're supposed to know everything, right? We don't say, I don't know. So when he said eschatology, I instantly realized that what must have happened. This guy was enjoying himself. He had a great time telling people he taught eschatology. So, so I said, oh, you are a preacher, huh? He looks at me, his face drops. He said, you know what it means? I said, why do you do it to the people? He said, I said, well, what is this? I said, what do you get out of it? He was very apologetic, and we became good friends after. But what I'm saying is, people do this. People use words to impress instead of using words to express.